It's Rundown, January 17th. It is a Tuesday. It's a Daddy's Gone episode. We got Rone on his first one ever.
First Rundown ever.
The debut. It's a big one. Chapsy in the house. Chaps had a few glasses of red wine, so it'll be an interesting take. Today's Rundown is brought to you by MVMT Watches. Chaps, rocking it. Almost looks good in my glasses. Ooh. Go to mvmtwatches.com. You get 15% off, free shipping and returns. Promo code is mvmtwatches.com/rundown. Best watches going. Cheap, look great. That's really the key, isn't it? Save money, spend your money out at the bar on the girl that you pick up with your nice watch.
Last time I had a watch on the show, I was wearing something that rhymes with Fartier and got made fun of for it because people were saying that I was wearing a women's watch. Wow. I don't know if everybody remembered. That hasn't happened to me today. Nothing but compliments. So
it seems like an easy fix.
Yeah, mvmtwatches.com/rundown. Boom. First topic today is a good one because I don't even watch the show, but it's Bachelor. You're a big Bachelor guy. Rone, you're a Bachelor guy. That's a surprise to me.
Why?
I don't know. You just don't strike me as a Bachelor guy.
I'm like addicted to The Bachelor. Like I turn people out onto The Bachelor. If you watch The Bachelor with me, I guarantee that by the end of the episode, you're hooked.
Yeah, I thought that he was kidding last night when I was like, "Are you a Bachelor guy?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he was going through like character after character of like who he liked, who he didn't like, and I was blown away. Rone has so many facets about him that you don't even know what's going to come out.
Love The Bachelor. I really can't get enough. Have you ever tried?
I'm not a reality show guy. I've never been into any reality show. I'm a scripted TV guy.
You know how when you're on a scripted TV show, to put it in your world, when you first meet the whole cast of characters and it's like, this is the guys in the crew. We got the heist guy. We got the computer guy. And they go through the whole list. That's what The Bachelor is. And you just get to meet all these different characters. It's fucking incredible.
Now, last night there was something you wanted to discuss here.
Right. So last night there was a big scene. They were in the bouncy house, which everybody knows I'm a big bouncy house guy. I've been known to bounce here and there. But I think her name is Corinne, right?
Yeah, Corinne.
So Corinne, she mounts this dude.
I'm sorry to interrupt here. The Bachelor takes over. So I actually do kind of follow The Bachelor.
You have to.
Even if last night there's Cavs Warriors on, The Bachelor is all that Twitter is for 2 hours.
Especially
so I know who Corinne is. She's titties out girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She passes out
Tits
drunk.
out for the boys, yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm sorry to interrupt.
So
I do know who these people
Corinne mounts this dude in the bouncy house. And I'm thinking, does The Bachelor care that he's going to have a boner on TV? Like, they're doing some casual kissing. There's some heavy petting going on. But I'm thinking, if you're a girl and you're just doing casual kissing, do you want the guy to be boned up? What do you think?
Do I think that...
Are you aiming, if you're doing a casual makeout, do you want your partner to get a boner?
The easy answer is yes, because that means that you're doing your job.
Yeah,
that means you're making out hot. That means you're doing a hot makeout.
But premature ejaculation, if it comes too early in the heavy petting
That's a compliment.
Session? Oh, heavy petting's a pop.
Premature ejaculation has to be a compliment. For a girl, like at the basest sense, like imagine if you just were kissing a girl and she started
I'm shocked
coming.
that you don't understand. Like you don't believe that. You don't subscribe to that idea.
I do, but I
feel
feel like she is like, I'm a bad bitch if she makes him come his britches. Like I feel like that's a bad bitch thing to do. But also she's gonna be low key disappointed. You don't know if you're going in for seconds. Like you get the dessert right away. So he kind of already got his stuff off, and then he might not be anything weird. Because I talked about it on a couple of blogs before. Like, if you're super horny, you'll do stuff like lick a butt. But if not, if you already came once that day, you're not licking a butt.
You think that it's just like you don't think that you want to redeem yourself after your first embarrassing cum session where you're like, man, I gotta do extra this time and really make sure this is a whale of cum.
You might do extra. You might have reserves. I mean, it probably because I'm 34, I don't have those reserves left up.
Don't say that about yourself. You're in great shape.
I mean, I'm in like final suppressive fire mode. Like that one time is like all I got. So if I'm doing like britches coming like inside of the bouncy house, that's probably my day.
Fights, you think that this dude 100% was boned up?
I didn't see the video, so that's why I'm letting you two kind of run with this.
And I didn't see a boner on the dude. So either they're doing like really, really good camera work, or he's wearing several pairs.
They acknowledged that he had a boner?
No.
Oh, this is all speculation. this is wild speculation about.
Let's put you in the
right?
situation. So you're in a bouncy house. The girl who is like the most dripping with sex girl in the house is mounted on top of him.
The one with the platinum vagine?
The platinum vagine is on top of her platinum vagine is right on top of his dick, and she's making out with him in a bouncy house. He's in a bathing suit. She's pretty much in a bathing suit. You getting boned up?
I don't think I'm not going full bone on it.
Yeah?
No.
Because you're a cocky
Yeah,
in
I'm
control.
going chub, which is the best place to be before the pants come off. You gotta be, because when it comes off and you're full out, that's all you have to offer.
It's so aggressive.
Right? So when you come out half chub, there's a little surprise, there's a little left to the imagination still.
And it's still dangling at least.
Right,
like if you pull down the pants and it's like right in someone's face.
I think it's kind of like you want your boner to be like Andre Bocelli, the opera singer, where like he comes out, he's giving you a nice Ave Maria, but then he hits it up and he goes up another octave.
Right.
Because if he just keeps on the same tone, you're like, yeah, is his voice beautiful? Sure, like he's got a nice voice, but then you're like, fuck, he can hit the high note.
Yep. I don't know what can I add to
And that's the same idea to keep with sexting too. I feel like I always go. I don't go full boner with a sext because you got to leave a little something, little like what else can you bring to the table?
Right.
Leave a little mystery. That's really the definition of romance.
I mean, I feel like because I'm 34, I'm too old for the like sexting game, but I feel like you got to go hard on the sexting game. Like you got to be like, so what are you thinking? Like two Siamese twins, like
so you don't think
off
it's
a goat or something?
So I'm of the opinion that it's sexier to see a girl with like almost naked than fully naked, and
Same.
that's kind of the same. It's like the same.
Like casual side boob.
Yeah, it's like that's sexier than just being like boobs, like fucking boobs shoved in your face, like so ostentatiously like that. Like it's like with like a half boner, it's like, oh, that's just like that's not even all he's got going on.
That could be flaccid, and we could be working with a grower. So
yeah,
like
that could be
now
flaccid.
we could really
that's
be going
the dream.
nuts.
That's the lie we're selling.
I feel like
That could be
that's
flaccid.
exactly the
I
lie.
feel like that's what they refer to as the mystery man.
Label it. All right, we're gonna move on from boner talk.
Okay.
Goodell's not coming to Foxboro. This is not a surprising situation. It's problematic. I think it's problematic that the commissioner of the NFL is scared to go to right now the greatest franchise in sports to their stadium.
So now the haters are gonna say he's going to Atlanta because it's the last game
in that stadium.
Yeah.
But last game could have been the last game in that stadium.
And he wasn't there.
You get one. Although to be fair, he did do 2 in New England before. He did divisional.
Oh, he used to come to New England?
He was at Deflategate game and he was at the game before that in New England. And now he hasn't been back since.
But do you feel like that's, like to borrow a phrase from Part of My Take, like that's him respecting the biz because he knows he's hated so much in that stadium? He's not going to be a distraction for New England? Like, is he doing them a favor by not being a distraction?
I assure you Roger Goodell is not out to do New England any favors.
Yeah, he's not trying to do him a favor. I think he's got to be scared, right? He's scared of like the retribution that's going to come from this.
I think he doesn't want it would be.
Is it a security concern?
Wow, it's not a security concern. He'd be in.
That was very dismissive of my question.
It was. I can't imagine they actually fear for his life. He'd be in a luxury box. It's not a real.
Not for his life, but maybe a little expectoration. He might get spit upon by the way that Dave's
It's been called for.
It's been called
Maybe
for.
even cummed upon.
They draw the line.
The cum was
Okay.
rolled out.
Cum
The
was out.
Yeah.
Comes
But
out.
I do actually. I agree 100% with Dave's blog where I don't want him coming. Because then it's kind of Dave actually.
Then you have to be
Dave
nice to him.
rarely hits the nail on the head. He did on this one where that's almost like he's being the bigger man. He's like, all right, I'll let you have your moment to bash me.
You guys, as Patriots fans, you can't afford him being the bigger man because of how much you vilified him. It's
Right.
like, oh, if he does something right now, you guys look like
that's
the
why we're
schmucks.
lucky. It's impossible for him to do something right or be the bigger man. So we picked the right guy to vilify. I feel.
Yeah, he is, or maybe a true villain.
Next up, Ringling Brothers, 146 years in the biz, the show business biz. They're closing the curtain. They're done. They ruled out elephants, I guess, a couple years ago, and the clowns, they can't really sustain business. It's not working out
It's
too
just
well
the clowns now?
I think they have a couple animals, maybe,
Just a
but
clown
but the
show.
elephants they were the big draw, apparently. So they're done. Were you a circus guy, and are you happy to see the circus go?
I'm going to go out here and say this now. I know this is a website that we're built on takes, and we like to do strong takes at times. And I'm not usually in that biz, but I will say this. Fuck the circus and anybody who loves it.
Okay.
Because elephants don't deserve that shit. Elephants don't want to be going up on their hindquarters and like doing all that. Like, I'm glad to see it shut down.
But
Can I get a real like 180-degree counterpoint on that? Because I couldn't feel more differently about that.
You like the circus?
Do you really think that an elephant in the circus has a worse life than a cow who's living his life to be slaughtered?
Yes.
They have a worse life?
I mean, because usually, if you would have went milk cow, I would have been on your side. But you went meat cow, which usually do a little bit of grazing.
They just steroids?
They don't know. But I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched any shows on Alaska. But in order to have a good cow that's going to be meat, you have to shoot them when they're not expecting it. Or take their life when they're not expecting it. They don't even know.
But that's not a McDonald's cow. That's like a grass-fed $15 burger.
Yeah, but McDonald's is for poor. Like, I'm talking about like good, solid cow.
But if people say that elephants are these like very intelligent animals, right? Elephants are supposed to be geniuses. Like, you don't think that an elephant knows that people are clapping for it and that it's the center of attention and that everyone came to see the elephant?
Elephants are divas.
Yeah, elephants should feel good about their diva lifestyle that they've been living and just fucking like live their lifestyle. Stop trying to be what you're not. The grass is always greener, of course.
I don't know. This is the way I view an elephant, okay? And this is part of it. Every single time an elephant poops at the circus, somebody comes and ushers it in real quick. When you're doing your business, you want somebody to come flush right away? Or do you want to like take your time?
That's your problem. Okay, that's what it is.
It's an issue.
They pick up the shit too quick. Don't let that fucking shit marinate.
He doesn't even get a chance to relax. It's like
a human is picking up their poop. A human is cleaning their poop. Could they be more pampered than a fucking human coming in and fucking hosing down their poop area?
I'm going to say yes.
I think if it weren't for the circus, like 28-year-old me right now, I'm happy. Let the animals go. I now understand how it's not really the best situation being a circus or a zoo or not. But childhood me, I might not know elephants exist right now if it weren't for the circus.
Yeah.
I might have never learned about an elephant.
If you're not watching Animal Planet,
Don't do it.
If you haven't seen,
it's an outrageously good point.
If you haven't seen Lion King, Lion King's the only way we're seeing elephants.
Should have been a lawyer. That was like ridiculous. I'm stopped in my tracks. Don't you know? Let's go to the next one. I'm fucking embarrassed. Also, on the rundown, we're brought to you by the good folks at Untuck It. This weekend, I was doing brunch here in Manhattan. Was out. I went to a Belgian waffle spot. Happened to get a little maple syrup in my beard, spilled it all down my sweater. I let K. Marco know. He told me there was a box of Untuck It shirts in Dave's office. So I used it, came in here, broke into Dave's office, threw on an Untuck It shirt, and I'm telling you, every single place I went, people were like, damn, Chaps, that flannel looks good on you. You look really handsome.
Really?
And it was because it was Untuck It. It was blue, brought out the color of my eyes. Nobody accused me of being a ginger on top. They just appreciated the beard, the nice blue flannel on it. So go to untuckit.com. The promo code is Barstool. You'll get 20% off, and you'll be as sexy as me when I come to Manhattan and eat those Belgian waffles, bitches. Let's go.
Next one, Embiid, your boy.
Okay.
My boy.
Your boy. Embiid, first of all, I've been retweeting. I don't retweet anything about all-star votes or anything like bullshit like that. I have been retweeting every single one of Joel Embiid's.
You're on board?
He's a monster. He's the best.
There's room for everyone on board. Listen, I want everybody to be a fucking fan of Joel Embiid. What's not to like about the man?
Are you concerned that he's going to jump the shark?
How? How could he?
I thought there might be some worry about that. And then his argument when they were like, he's like, yeah, it's probably going to go bad at some point, but until then, I'm just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, he might
That's not a guy who can jump the shark.
It's been a shitty 2 years, and he's shooting out of the cannon
I
so
always
hot.
thought that he had like a ghostwriter.
For his tweets?
Yeah, like I thought he did. Like, because they're so good and so funny. And
like Norm Kelly, the guy from Canada.
I was like, how does this athlete have everything? Like, how can you be fucking 7'2", ridiculously good at basketball, multimillionaire, and be insanely funny and put porn stars in a body bag on Instagram? Like, how can you do that all at one time?
He's perfect. He's incredible. To me, he's as far as athletes, like he's better than Shaq. Like he's as good as like on the court, off the court entertainment as you can get. Coley compared him to Gronk, which is like it's kind of a similar comparison there.
I think
he's much more.
Gronk, but I think Embiid.
He's much more witty.
I was thinking of like the injuries too.
That's a good.
But he's much more witty than Gronk.
Yeah,
he's like actually a smart, like not to.
When there was one recently where I think it was some other blog who was quoted on it? Oh, Hassan Whiteside, and he said that it's kind of bullshit how some centers are just turning this into a popularity contest or whatnot. And so there was that story posted on a blog, and Embiid just quote tweeted it with, Joel Embiid, NBA vote, and that was the best response I've ever
It's
seen.
incredible. And he already, you know how yesterday what did he call Milwaukee? Like shit town or something like that?
I think it was shithole, was it?
When he played
Shithole.
against Hassan Whiteside, he like tagged it as like burnt chicken or some shit like that. Like every single time he's like tagging whatever city he played in and like subtweeting or coming at whatever center he played against somehow. I mean, it doesn't get more entertaining. Like we should be paying him for what he's doing
I
off
almost
the
wish
court.
that we could go back to draft night when he originally got drafted and know his personality how we know it now, and look at his video when he was first drafted by the 76ers and view it with the scope of who he is and his personality.
I wish we could go back to
Because you know he's like trolling and shit like that, like he's really a
when
smart
you're just staring
dude.
at the TV.
Yeah, and he's just like
Oh,
shaking
yeah,
his
yeah,
head.
yeah.
But he said he was on delay, like, because he didn't want to go somewhere else.
Right,
Like,
right.
I wish we could look at it in like
understand
that.
him.
Yeah.
I wish we knew the MB that we know today.
Yeah, it's kind of like looking at like a painting. Then you're like, Van Gogh's kind of fucked up. He's cut off his ear, but now we're like, that
Now
was pretty
it's
dope.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you said that yesterday that you were thinking about maybe getting a new basketball team that you're rooting for. Any chance you jump ship and hop on the MB train?
I don't feel like I can do Embiid because there's so many NBA vote Embiid. Like, I feel like that
Oh, so
would
you're
be
off
too
that.
much.
So he's already jumping the
But
train.
and I also need, no disrespect to him or to you, if I'm gonna jump shit from the Magic, I need a good team. I need a good team in my life.
We're on our way. Buy low. All right, that's fine. We don't want you.
Next up, I'm also going to change my opinion real quick. Embiid can jump the shark because 2 years ago I thought the Warriors could never jump the shark. I thought they were so likable and such an entertaining team. Here they are, they're the most villains ever. So at some point he probably will.
Yeah.
What's it,
But
5
let's ride
times
the train,
undefeated?
though, yeah.
Everyone gets sick of everyone eventually. You know, everyone hates
Yeah.
their wives by the time they're dead. So probably happened with Embiid
Kind of
too.
like Richard Sherman.
Kind of like Richard Sherman, yeah. Next up, Inauguration. This was you, Chaps, this morning. Toby Keith. What do you got on Toby Keith?
Toby Keith performing at Trump's inauguration is the least surprising thing in the history of the world. Like, I feel like the Trump ceremony should have nothing but bins of Bud Light limes and Toby Keith like blaring at all times. Like, when the president-elect is like, I'm excited for the inauguration simply for the fact that bikers for Trump are going to be there and Toby Keith is going to be there. It's the least surprising thing ever.
Why can we not get more, like, since when do artists care that much about like politics to be like, no, I'm not going to take the $80,000
Dude, that
check?
would be,
Since
yes, I would want, because you're performing, it's the same thing like
That's
it's
all
the
they're
Super Bowl.
getting, $80K?
I mean, well, I don't even know what
I
it,
feel like
they're
it's
probably
gotta
getting way
be
more,
more than
and if
that.
they're getting way more than that, it's like
No,
if you're
because the Bruce Springsteen cover band backed out. Like a cover band
That's
backed out.
the
That's
most
what I'm
pathetic
saying.
thing. That's as bad a thing. I mean, like Trump's whole deal was he's like, I'm a great businessman. I close deals. I'll fucking make Mexico pay for this. You can't lock in the E Street Band or B Street Band,
Right.
Whatever they're called. Like you got to lock that in.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I have not been a fan of Trump. I've never been a friend of Trump. But I haven't really been quiet about that. Block all the politics out. Block everything out. And I tell you, come to my party. All I'm playing is Toby Keith and 3 Doors Down. You're gonna go, that dude fucking sucks.
yeah, that's not bad. In the year
Now,
2017,
I've been known to partake in some 3 Doors Down, so I'm not going to allow that to go unnoticed, that we're just going to shit on 3 Doors, because hold me where I'm here and hold me where I'm gone. Like, I feel like from 2008, or from like 2006 to like 2009, like 60% of military videos were based on 3 Doors Down or Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
No,
like
I
it was
used to,
one or two.
I definitely used to fuck with 3 Doors Down, and I don't mean to really go in on him here, but it's a decade late.
That's fair.
It's a decade late. for
Yeah, it
3 Doors
is.
Down.
That's 100% fair.
since when is music though? Music doesn't bring everyone together. Like when do I just don't understand why these people are taking such hard stances on politics. I mean, I guess it represents who they are, but like, aren't you trying to just get a check? Like, why do you care?
I would much rather have like 3 6 Mafia singing like Chicken Heads.
And
Like, I feel like that would be dope.
That would be incredible. I would love it, and I feel like they wouldn't do it because they have some like once every 4 years political opinion.
Do you think 3 6 Mafia has that one? I feel like they'd take the check.
You think so?
I think if 3
think
6
they're
Mafia
taking
got a
it.
call,
I don't know,
they're
Juicy
taking
J's
the check.
do it.
Just
all right for
watching
some.
all the Trump supporters like listening to Chicken Heads like go off would be amazing.
All right, last topic of the day. Putin has said that, well, he said that Trump wouldn't need to fuck Russian prostitutes because he's blessed with so many beautiful women. He said, but if he had, Russia most certainly has the best prostitutes in the world. Discuss. I disagree. Chaps agrees very strongly.
Who do you think is better?
I don't know, but I know Eastern
No,
European
so,
women.
see,
They just scare the
that's
shit
like
out of me.
such
Eastern
naysayer
European,
bullshit. You
they're so
can't
sharp.
say-
Their features are so sharp. They terrify me. I
You
wouldn't want.
cannot
I would
say
be
that
convinced
you're
they
not
would kill
the best
me.
without having an alternate.
Well, I'll
argument.
take Vegas. I'll put Vegas up against anybody.
Vegas, that's good. Or maybe like Thailand or something like that, where
They're
it's
all
like
boys, though.
completely
Careful.
And that's a
unregulated.
thing.
Careful.
Well, are we just saying female prostitutes? I thought we just said best prostitutes.
they got good boy fuckers.
I thought we were just going across the board.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm thinking Russian. I mean, Russians are beautiful. Like, I think that there's a lot. Like, you can have a really bad Russian or a really good Russian.
Yeah, well, I feel that you're hit or miss with the Russians.
Is
You can
prostitution legal there? Is Putin
I
saying
think
he's
I think
fucking
murder
prostitutes?
is legal there. I think
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
in my mind,
Yeah.
Russia it's just a lawless land.
The only thing you can't do is be
Is-
like a pussy riot.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't show your titties in public.
Yeah.
But is he saying that he's banging these prostitutes? Like, how would he know they're the best in the world? Is he saying that he's fucking Russian prostitutes
Good
and
point.
all
It's-
the other
If you're the
compared?
president of Russia, I feel like you're definitely getting. And he's single. I don't even think he's married.
No, he's not married.
I bet he's like doing all kinds of crazy shit.
And just like when what?
Like,
Also,
like,
what does he
like
mean?
having chicks piss on him and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he
Like
might mean
weird
by the
stuff.
best. Does he mean the best like they'll do anything, or does he mean like the best that they're like good at sex? Like, does he mean they'll do piss shows? Because maybe that's what he means. Like, that could be the best.
When I was in Japan, they used to do a thing called a banana show, where somebody shove a banana up there, and
Go
you'd have
on.
like a random service member, and they could do like cuts, like they would like clip it off, like with their vaginas, like because they did so many like Kegel exercises,
Wow.
where they would drop different bites of bananas.
Is that sexy? Because that scares me.
And it was a lady that was
that's
like 75. It was not sexy.
Like if you want to turn me on, don't put a phallic thing in your pussy and then cut it in half.
A friend of mine went to
That's a turn off for me. Call me weird. That doesn't get me going.
he went to Thailand one time, and he said he watched a prostitute waddle out over a small bowl, and she just shot out like 4 goldfish, like plunk, 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 plunk. And then she reached inside of herself and pulled out a still live bird. Shut the fuck up! I swear to you,
There's no way.
a still living bird. I promise you. I promise you, I couldn't make this up. You think that I just made this up on the spot right now? That this woman pulled a still?
it's just like Birdman. What happened to that bird?
The titties, not a fucking magic show.
So
My
I don't know how you
goodness.
could beat that as far as.
That's it. That's a rundown.
All right, there it is.
Cheers, big is.
Last after show.
Oh, we're doing more stuff. I thought
do
when
we-
you said that's the rundown.
Well, that's how that's good. Yeah,
Now
no,
I'm
the
embarrassed.
after show.
Yeah, okay.
After show.
Okay.
Our girl Asa. What are we thinking for a final number?
I thought that was an incredible blog that she wrote yesterday.
It was so funny.
Detailing
it was really, really funny.
from the time that she was 13, her first sexual experience, to today, how many men she had bedded.
This is the thing with Asa. I don't think I could name 419 people's name that I know.
Just
like
names.
first and last name.
That's what I was thinking too. I couldn't even give you a ballpark of my sexual exploits, and that's not because I'm a cocksman. That's just because I'm an asshole with a shitty memory.
And just you don't.
She must have like an incredible memory because I couldn't remember 419 people's names.
Not even close.
And she's doing it by year.
I come here and I introduce myself to people that I've met like 4 times.
Like, Chaps, I know who you are. Like, I sit next to you. I'm Trent.
But the thing that really got me was like what age is this? This is I'm not gonna read the number.
Okay.
Gross raver that I met at the Cube on St. Mark's Place. His house always smelled like Chinese food, but he wasn't Chinese. Kid would fuck Scarlett Johansson. He's semi-famous now. We did ketamine all weekend, and I got my period all over his sheets. Puerto Rican kid. British guy who I dated for a month. Pretty sure in hindsight he was a pedophile.
So she had periods, so she was at
First
least 23.
first 2 girls I ever fingered and went down on in the bathroom stall of a movie theater. Kid I fucked on a roof and refused to give my number, but ran into and dated for a year later in life. How old? What?
That's just 1 year?
That was 1 year. What age?
Jesus Christ. And that's, I mean, it sounds like it was pre-porn.
Yes, definitely pre-porn.
And it sounds like, but she also said one of the people said she was a pedophile. Or they
They
were
were
a
a
pedophile, so maybe that makes her young.
Say 17?
14.
What?
14.
I read the article. 14?
So you don't need the hindsight. He was definitely a pedophile.
Yeah, that's a
fact.
pedophile. That's pedophilia.
Yeah.
By
By the very
if that's an
definition of
adult,
it.
yeah, they're catching murder charges. Yeah.
That was I was going through her list, and then I would look up at the ages, and I was like, I had that one pegged at 22.
Yeah.
And it was 14.
Was she keeping a journal of all this? She's just keeping a diary?
Just memory, I
She
think.
remembered what someone's apartment smelled like. What the fuck is going on?
She's Asian, so she's really smart.
True. She has an encyclopedia. Some of them just memorize math and numbers. Others learn medicine very well.
She's got the
learned
numbers right
penis.
here.
She's mastered the penis.
418, I will say, was stunningly. It took me aback. I was like, whoa, 418, that's a high number. But then I was like, I feel like it was going to be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, like her spot where she said that there's only like 100 real dudes in porn.
That's a lot of fucking dudes.
But like a whole industry.
When she's just recycling through them. She said she's only on like a cycle of 20 now. 20 dudes that she bangs.
That's the life.
I really thought it was going to be like 1,000 would be the number.
I was
thought it was gonna be
guessing
four figures.
for sure.
Which is crazy. Do you think? I mean, I guess there have to be people whose number is up there, but maybe even these porn stars have
She's
some thousand.
selective, very selective.
Very selective porn star.
Yeah. All right, that's it.